Hello everyone, this is I Punch Demons. How are you guys doing today? So yes, 2021 is come to a close, and surprise, this is a second video today after the G40 video launched. So what we're going to be doing is, this is just a little recap of 2021, where we are, where we're going, and kind of like a channel address, if you will, kind of off the cuff, unedited, just raw audio from me talking, maybe some background music and some gameplay in the background from both my two main games, Automobilista 2 and Doom 2. Doom 2 being the first one because that is where my channel started, and that is where we're going to begin. Doom 2 is not leaving this channel anytime soon, and I've seen great growth from Twitch streaming Doom. In fact, for 2022, I do want to put more Doom on the channel. I pretty much get the idea you guys are kind of tired of the racing content, because I'm seeing the views drop off, and I am seeing a lot of non-reactions to the clips. I think what I'm going to do going forward is try to release some standard Doom content instead of just releasing my streams on this channel. That being said, streams will still come to this channel. It's just going to be a stream dump and Doom content. So going forward, I do want to do maybe like a walkthrough, maybe a playthrough. I'm not sure where or what I want to do with Doom yet. It's not, I want this channel, I Punch Demons, to be the main channel. I think Doom is where I got my start. Doom is where I'm going to continue to go. I love retro first-person shooters, and I think that's just kind of like where I am with this. It's pretty much my bread and butter content, and there's always new stuff being released. Also, keep an eye out for Poogers. I have a map in that project, and I am very proud of it, even though it is absolute dog shit. But that WOD is going to be something else. Something else to keep on the horizon is more playtesting is coming to the stream, and that is going to be very different. That's going to be very nuanced, because my playtesting style is going to be very gameplay focused, very user experience focused. We're going to do some different things regarding gameplay stuff. I do want to revisit maybe some of the old iWods, maybe Doom 1, Doom 2, just to have it up on the channel. I am toying right now with the idea of doing maybe some streaming to I Punch Demons YouTube, as I haven't streamed on YouTube very often. It's usually kind of clunky for me getting it started, so that's going to be definitely something I'm going to need to focus on in the future. I want to try streaming on YouTube a little bit, because I know some people are moving, but also Twitch is kind of where a majority of my viewers are from, so moving off Twitch is going to be the hardest thing. I know there's kind of a migration going on right now from Twitch to YouTube. I've seen a lot of creators make the jump. I personally just don't see growth from my YouTube at all, and maybe I should put in a little bit more effort, maybe do a little less, do a little bit more engaging content like walkthroughs, like I've said previously. Some other things that have changed with the channel is that I've finally got soundproofing in my closet, though it helps marginally with getting the sound escaping, but my voice should be coming in a little bit clearer. What else can we talk about Doom related wise? There's going to be, I do want to continue streaming in ultra wide 1440p 60 frames per second. I think that's just kind of a cool look for Doom. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's technically cheating, because you have a much higher field of view, but I also like it because you see a lot more, and it's definitely a lot more immersive. Switching to the ultra-wide monitor is probably the biggest upgrade I've gotten of 2021, aside from the V3 pedals, which we'll get into later. And I think, looking back at 2021, it was a great year for Doom. I could have done a little bit better. I could have streamed a little bit more, made some more Doom related content. I know I've been a little light on the Doom content on this channel, like the exclusive Doom content, like, you know, just me playing through a WOD or doing something other than just dumping my streams. I've said this a lot already, but I kind of want to drive the point home, is why I'm repeating it so often. But at the same time, it's also kind of time consuming, especially with my full-time job, to make content, to make exclusive IPD content. I'm going to try to change this for 2021, as I'm going to have a lot more downtime, but we'll see how it goes. Next on the docket is going to be racing. I know that sim racing has taken on to the channel, and I know it's kind of taken over the channel in a sense, something I didn't anticipate. I've gotten some engagement from there, but I think it's high time I start focusing on my core audience. So with that said is the official announcement of Money Shift Racing. Money Shift Racing will be the new home for my sim racing content going forward. That is going to be a new YouTube channel. I do plan on streaming that channel whenever I want to do a championship or something. I Punch Demons will be more focused on my retro shooting content, like Doom, Duke Nukem, things of that nature, because that was the intent of the channel originally, is I wanted to educate people on older games. When I got more serious into sim racing, which has always been a hobby of mine ever since Gran Turismo 3, and I've been into racing games ever since Beyond the Limit F1, and I've always had an interest in cars and things like that. I always kind of wanted to create racing content, and I never knew if it was going to be a good fit for IPD, but in terms of everything, I do think that there has been some mild success. I have seen some people are like, hey, great driving, or hey, you know, do XYZ better, but overall that's like a net gain. I think going forward, we're going to need to separate the channels, and I'm not going to include a link in this channel to Money Shift Racing, because racing content for the first quarter of 2021 is going to be on I Punch Demons' main channel. Money Shift Racing is going to launch when I get a CSL DD, and I'm going to explain why. Because the first series we're going to do is the IPD Versus series. And this is a conceptual, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go through this in the way it's going through my mind now, so just consider this all vapor talk. But what I'm going to do is gather up all of my racing content and put it into a playlist. And then I'm going to remake those with the better hardware so that it can be compared and contrasted compared to the old hardware. What I'm running right now is a pretty good setup, actually. A lot of people would kill to have my setup. I have the Fnatic CSL SQ Shifter V1.5. I got that for my birthday. And then for Christmas, I got my very own load cell pedal set. That is going to be the Club Sport V3 pedals, which are pretty much the best pedals you could buy before getting a full hydraulic system. I know some people will be like, well, what about the TCLMs? I've looked into them. They're great. They would have been an upgrade from my G29 True Brakes. I still recommend anybody with a G29 get the True Brake system. It is fan-freaking-tastic. When it comes to sim racing, I'm kind of torn on where I'm going to stream. I do want to stream to YouTube. I think I'd get a better audience on YouTube, because on Twitch, everybody sees the IPD logo and immediately thinks, oh, dude's gonna do the shooty shoot and the punchy punch. Why is he doing the vroom vroom? And it's like, because I wanted to do the vroom vroom. Quarter one, everything's still gonna be on IPD. I'm gonna try and condense everything into a single channel. Once I get a CSL DD, that's going to change, and there's going to be a schism. That's going to be a much higher workload for me, but racing content is going to be more of a drip feed, where I want to create more first-person shooter and action game content. And that's going to be on the main channel. Sim racing has and always will be a hobby to me. I don't expect it to become my main line of content. I think Automobilista 2 has definitely been a great source of generating that content. I think in terms of looks and how everything performs and functions, AMS2 probably has the best visuals of any sim racing game on the market. And I think going forward, it's going to be the game that, and my phone just went off. It's going to be the game that I'm probably going to be racing more times than not. Though I did just get WRC 10, and I do have race room racing experience. I have Assetto Corsa Competizione and Assetto Corsa. I have the full suite of games. I also have some older games, and that's going to lead me to my next point. I don't know where I'm going to put retro racing games. I think that's just going to go to Money Shift Racing. But I do like me some GTR2. I do me like some Race 07. And if I can figure out how to do it, I want to try and learn 60s style racing. I want to pick up Grand Prix Legends. In conclusion, 2022 is shaping up to be a great year for the IPD channel and channel family. I think you guys have really put me through a lot since the pandemic started. That is where I actually saw most of my growth. I think in conclusion, this addressing the channel is just going to be for me, if anything. I doubt anyone's going to see it. But that's how these things go, you know? I really want to thank you guys for listening in. I really want to thank you guys for just, this little fireside chat. I think 2021 was a great year for me. I think 2022 is going to be good, if not better. I know that right now I'm going through a lot of life changes, and I think I'm going to just conclude with a little bit about myself. I think, I've had a lot of health changes. I've recently had tooth extraction. If you notice, I haven't streamed in the past few days. I usually take the holidays off. I'll be back later this week. I want to get back into finishing Astroverse, and I want to start the other map that was given to me to play test, and that's going to be exclusively on Twitch. So yeah, that's going to be it, and I really do hope that you guys stick around and see where I go from here. You guys have a good one, and my name is Eric. I punch demons. Have a good one.